Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're trying to figure out what is up with HBO Max and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, because you were saying you thought that they might eventually roll Crunchyroll into HBO Max,
Yeah.
and then this comes out today.
Yeah, a lot of people were fighting me on that. They were like, there's no way in hell they're going to do that. Crunchyroll is its own thing, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I get it. It is for now because HBO Max hasn't launched yet. But let's look at from WarnerMedia's perspective.
Especially when they're trying to save money because, you know...
They're trying to save money. They've said multiple times they got to save as much money as they can. And then you go out there and see Crunchyroll's got some like freaking probably $20,000, $30,000 a month pad out in San Francisco.
Yeah, I can't believe that one.
Probably sitting empty now because of the shutdown. And they're paying the rent on that or whatever. So who knows? But this came out today. And this was a very kind of confusingly worded press release. Now, we did know that some Crunchyroll content was going to come to HBO Max. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what the extent of it was, but it does seem like they're trying to push more anime on Max. There's actually more that's going to be available than what I thought was going to be available. Mm-hmm. I don't know, guys.
And if it would cut into Crunchyroll, you think they wouldn't do it? You know, like I'm saying, if they're not going to roll them together, why would they take stuff from the Crunchyroll's library and bring it over to HBO Max and potentially have people not subscribe to Crunchyroll? Because that would cut their nose up to spite their face.
Right.
But that's what they're doing?
Yeah, because they would be like, because a lot of people are going to see overlap. They're going to be like, well, why am I paying for two services?
But if I pay for HBO, I'll get the anime and all the other stuff.
Right.
And now, Ghibli and all that.
Right. Plus you're getting Ghibli. Ghibli is, okay, it only goes one way. It's a one-way street. Crunchyroll content goes to HBO Max, but the HBO Max exclusive stuff does not go to Crunchyroll.
Right. So why would you want both? I mean, there might be some new stuff originally, initially at Crunchyroll, but they're going to, curate collections to come over to HBO Max, and they're going to have more and more new things come over to HBO Max. At that point, it's like, it's a redundancy, and we already know that Warner doesn't like redundancies.
They do not. They're probably looking at this like, why do we have to have umpteen different streaming services? Rooster Teeth has an app. Crunchyroll, their app, they're not maintaining it. We have it on Amazon TV. On our Fire Stick, and it crashes more often than not.
It locks up our whole thing.
And it's I mean, literally, of all the streaming apps we have, the Crunchyroll one performs the worst. It tells me they're not even updating it. Mm-hmm. And that's usually not a good sign.
We have a new stick, so it's not the stick's problem.
Brand new stick.
Oh, it's because your stick's old. Nope, brand new.
No, we just bought a 4K stick like a month ago.
Yeah, to replace our other one.
Yeah, and it still doesn't work on that. So there's definitely some stuff going on here, but it's all over the place. It's on The Verge. It is on Well,
they had a press release today, so
yeah, and it's very confusing because
it's very confusing.
They're basically like, we're gonna dump a bunch of Crunchyroll onto HBO Max. That some sites actually, the way that they worded the article, it sounded like they were bringing the entire library over. But
that's how it's worded on here. Okay, here, let me show you guys what it says.
But that's not what they're doing.
It's confusing. It says, the highly anticipated streamer HBO Max and Crunchyroll, the world's most popular anime destination, are teaming up to bring more dubbed and subtitled anime to fans across the U.S. When the platform launches on May 27th, HBO Max subscribers will have access to 17 beloved and celebrated anime titles, including Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, blah, 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 blah. Right. And then it goes down here.
This is what's confusing.
Additionally, okay, it gets, and keep your hands off of whatever alongside Crunchyroll original series, the Crunchyroll original series, Inspector.
That's interesting too, because the Crunchyroll originals were supposed to be the reason that people were going to subscribe to Crunchyroll.
Exactly. This is why I sent this stuff to you.
Okay.
Additionally, HBO Max subscribers can watch a collection of series from Crunchyroll's catalog of 1,000+ titles, including, they go through the list. I'm not going to read them all. You can see them there. That's where it's confusing. They're saying additionally they can watch a collection of series from their catalog of 1,000+ titles, including. So does that mean you're getting their catalog? I think it means you're getting some of their catalog. But they also talk later about how they're going to do curated stuff and all that. But
right. Yeah.
Here, Crunchyroll will curate additional top anime titles for HBO Max each quarter, cultivating fresh offerings that appeal to new and existing anime fans, including Hunter x Hunter and Death Note, coming to the streamer within the first year of launch.
So, really, the most popular titles.
Stuff that's on Crunchyroll.
Plus their originals.
Yeah, they at least the one for now.
And HBO Max is going to have Ghibli and Crunchyroll isn't?
Yep.
I'm telling you guys, okay, this, you know, when you're working a job and all of a sudden they hire somebody new and this person's job overlaps with your job, but they tell you that person was hired to help you and not to actually take your job.
But you're supposed to train them to take your job.
But you're supposed to train them to help you.
But show them all your passwords and everything you do.
Right. But then one day you're hauled into HR and they have a piece of paper telling you that you're gone. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on here. They're using Crunchyroll to ease all the content onto HBO Max. And once they have everybody, they're going to be like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. Mm-hmm. We don't need you anymore. We've got Max build up. Because even here, Crunchyroll's been around for a long time. It's got 2 million paying subscribers. It's got 60 million users, but only 2 million subscribers. I mean, only.
But the 60 million users, they got all their emails and their, you know, hey, please, why don't you come over to HBO Max?
We'll give you HBO Max for a discount if you switch from Crunchyroll to HBO Max.
They have your information because you gave it to Crunchyroll and they own Crunchyroll. So they have access to that so they can turn around and be like, yeah, let's send out an email blast. You know?
It's in the fine
print. Come over to HBO Max and we'll knock off some money. Or we'll do something, you know, if you come over here instead. It's just interesting.
Because 2 million subscribers in the entire time that Crunchyroll's been around, if they were a small platform, it'd be like, yeah, it's pretty decent. But in the grand scheme of things, when you're talking numbers that they want to pull, and you look at like Disney Plus pulling like 50 million people in a couple months, WarnerMedia is going to look at that and be like, you've only got 2 million subscribers, and like, how, like, just take those 2 million subscribers, kick them over to HBO Max, dump all the anime over there, and we can save a hell of a lot of money on your office. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Right now, we're not saying
tinfoil
that.
Hat, but
we're
I'm
not
just saying.
saying that. But it is awfully odd that now we've got, you know, one of their originals is going over to HBO Max now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Now, it could be that they've already run it there and they're just getting reruns, but still, why do that at all? They have 1,000, they keep saying about their 1,000+ catalog, and these are the stuff we're taking out of it first. Why would you pay for it when you can go to HBO Max? You know what I mean? You wouldn't pay twice.
Well, okay, so here's where it gets, you know, again, we've been following this for a couple months now. They're with Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth has their own app. They have their own paid service, streaming service, whatever. They have Rooster Teeth First, which is where all the new Rooster Teeth stuff is supposed to go. But it's already been announced that the second season of Genlock is going to HBO Max first.
Yeah, so they're already doing it with Rooster Teeth too.
Just saying.
I mean, it's not that hard of a leap. When they're already doing it with Rooster Teeth, that they will do it with Crunchyroll as well. I don't know. It might not be the case, but it really seems that way. This after they had that weird article that showed up on the industry.
Oh, that was weird.
This industry site talking about it was like a sales pitch for Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see something like that unless you're trying to get investors, but they already bought, so there would be no reason to get investors. So it has to be, please save us.
Yeah, I honestly do. I think they know it. I think they know it at Crunchyroll. I mean, look, if I were in charge of WarnerMedia, I was trying to save money and I invested millions of dollars in this other, I'd be like, why do we need 19 different streaming services? We do a Netflix. We have one streaming service and we recommend content to people based on their interests. So if you're watching a lot of anime on Netflix, you're going to get recommended more anime, but there's no reason to have 20 different apps.
No.
You know? Especially if you can push people over and be like, okay, fine, well, you're paying $7 a month for Crunchyroll, 14. Well, they're having a deal on HBO Max, like $11. We'll split the difference. We'll charge you $3 a month. You come over to HBO Max.
Yeah, and I mean, and I don't think this is going to happen like right away. I think they're going to do it gradually. Because they're even talking over the first year. This is going to happen. Okay, so what happens year 2?
This gives them time to see how HBO Max is going to do.
Whittle it down.
Yes, and they're going to wind it down. They're going to, because they know anime right now is a hot property. They're going to wind it down. They're going to wait till, people get used to watching anime on HBO Max, and then they're going to start sucking all that content off of Crunchyroll.
Well, HBO Max is probably going to have they're going to have some original series and anime and stuff
they have
coming.
Cartoon Network stuff
right,
coming.
But I'm saying it's a matter of time until they start announcing all their original animation and anime type shows that are coming there. People are going to just go, they're just going to go to HBO Max. So I'm just saying, watch it. It might turn out to be not the case, but there's so many flags here that it's just looking more and more like that is going to be the case.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I've been telling people, I'm like, look, if you work for any division of WarnerMedia, for God's sake, keep your resume updated. Because they are cutting people like crazy. I mean, they cut the head of Cartoon Network and they never replaced her.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know what they're going to do. Now, what I've heard from, animation industry insiders over on the Warner side is that the end game is they're probably going to just merge all these different animation studios into one studio.
It's like Voltron.
Yeah. But they're
You're trying to think of something clever to call it. That's why you paused, wasn't it?
I was thinking more like The Thing, maybe, because maybe they don't really gel. But no, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of animation studios working under Cartoon Network, basically just making content for HBO Max. And you've got the anime flavored content, which would be like Elation and Rooster Teeth. And they're already working together. They already got Elation and Rooster Teeth working together.
Put it all under one umbrella, under different tabs.
Yeah.
Like, if you like Cartoon Network. I mean, that might be even more confusing after a while, but like you can see, Crunchyroll here, Cartoon Network here, they do it already, different places, they have like different, you can choose your different channel.
Hulu
but
does
eventually,
it.
Eventually though, it makes a lot more sense just to say, hey, anime here, animation here.
Yeah. Just anime and animation. And look, Netflix, they're going to look at Netflix. Netflix has got all kinds of original animation and anime right now, and they have no problem, keeping people coming back for stuff. They've got, original stuff like Castlevania. They've got,
Right. The only saving grace I think Cartoon Network has is the fact they have a channel.
For now.
Yeah, for now. So for now, that would keep them safe on their own. But, they won't be rolled in as quickly.
Yeah, but they're restructuring Rooster Teeth like crazy.
They're probably restructure Crunchyroll.
Yeah, as I understand it, Crunchyroll, that office that they got, that was pre AT&T.
Yeah, so
they signed the lease on that.
Stay crunchy.
Stay crunchy. Guys, you're gonna stay crunchy for sure. I don't know. This does seem to point in this direction. Again, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not like as soon as they turn HBO Max on, they're going to turn Crunchyroll off. It could take a year or two to transition. Well, it depends on how much money Warner wants to save. They might be like, just give us all your video files and get the hell out of here.
I don't know, it'll be that, because they know the name is recognizable right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We'll see. But I think there's definitely going to be something going on.
Well, Drama Fever, they didn't give a shit.
Well, that's true. They did flip the switch. The Crunchyroll, I think, is a little more well-known than Drama Fever. I don't know. I think given what they said about the first year, I think they're going to whittle away at it. But then by year 2, we're going to see when the changes are going to hit. It's going to be year 2.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is how they handled Machinima. People thought,
that's true too.
That still to this day blows my mind. Machinima, when AT&T and WarnerMedia decided to shut it down as they were paring down these services, Machinima was one of the biggest gaming channels out there.
That's true.
12 million YouTube subscribers.
That's more than the 2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
12 million YouTube subscribers. That channel has value, and they shut the whole damn thing down.
That's true. Drama Fever had a lot of subs too. Just shut it down.
500,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it was quite a few. Gone. Boom. They decided it was making money, but it wasn't making enough money.
Well, that's it.
Done.
Yeah, you can make money, but the margins aren't there, or you're actually throwing good money after bad.
They'll probably just roll the shows into HBO Max or something. That's probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Keep your resume updated if you're working there. But
it might not happen, but there's a lot of red flags.
Yeah, purple flag.
Purple because it's HBO Max.
Yeah, it's purple.
Well, there's some pink on there too. How you know it's not blue? How you know it's not pink?
It's ultraviolet.
Because you're being awfully picky about calling it purple. It's pink and blue on there as well. Why is hot pink raffle tickets coming up as a ad there? I don't even know why that would even come up.
I don't know, because it's a convention, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
We talked about this in another video. Hat tip to our friend Christian Basil. MegaCon has been canceled again, and it's going to come back in a limited fashion, right? So all these conventions are getting canceled.
Right.
Anime Expo was canceled. San Diego Comic-Con was canceled. So here comes Funimation.
Yeah, I saw this.
With their own convention. And
which is at the same time Anime Expo would have been.
It is at the same time when Anime Expo would have been. Yes, that is some marketing genius there, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know.
And look, they have blue and purple and pink too.
They're going for that retro.
Everybody's using purple, blue, and pink.
Tinfoil hat. Maybe HBO's gonna buy Funimation. No,
that's backwards.
It's backwards. They're the anti HBO. So they're doing virtual cons. I think I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think after this year, we're going to see way fewer conventions, anime cons and comic conventions.
Well, to be fair, there has been too many.
There is too many.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We've done shows for years, and it started out like, it was okay. And then shows kept getting so more and more and more added. And then the ones that were good shows kept getting bigger and bigger, and then adding a bunch of guests, and then cutting things that were, that benefits the vendors and stuff, and raising ticket prices and all this stuff. And it was just turning people away. But people were just getting conned out.
People were getting conned.
They're getting conned. I mean, it was every other day. You're like, another con was added, another festival was added. It was like, it was getting too much. And, and in one area, like, okay, what by Pittsburgh? How many damn cons do they need around Pittsburgh area?
They were tripping over each other. It's so weird because Pittsburgh, you wouldn't think that we would have that many conventions. But, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, it was like, Pittsburgh Comic-Con was a big deal because that was the only convention, we had in the state. We had that one, and then we had... Philadelphia had a convention too,
which is the second time we met.
It is.
That's Pittsburgh Comic-Con.
Was at Pittsburgh Comic-Con, but it was like the only convention, like big convention in PA, and now it's like every freaking weekend.
We have Techo, Steel City. Steel City does it 3 times a year now.
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah, they had to cancel. We have Sci-Fi Valley Con, which is in Altoona, but it's still close. We have. We think that they have. Zenkai Con, which is the anime con, which is now over in Altoona.
Yeah.
They have Pittsburgh Wizard World when they do it.
Yeah, Wizard World's weird. Like, we did Wizard World a couple times, and it's kind of like hit or miss. But there's just way too many cons. Just even here, and I imagine bigger areas. You go to like DC. And
oh my gosh, in Baltimore and
DC, they're just, literally the cons are just tripping over each other. So I think this year is going to act as kind of the purge. I think we're going to see more virtual cons. Damn it, we were ahead of the curve. We had about 8 years.
Was it 8 years ago?
8 or 9 years ago, we had an online convention we called Web Reef.
Right.
Which actually we did. Somebody else had started an online con, but we
actually did it because they couldn't do it, so we took it over.
Right, and we did it kind of bigger. We had our own software. We did the chats and all that.
Oh my gosh, it was a headache then.
Oh my god,
it was a whole weekend of us running everything, just us, and it was something. Anyway,
it was crazy, but it's so weird that we did that years ago and people thought it was ridiculous. Like, online conventions, why would you do it? And I'm like, now it's like, man, this kind of actually makes sense because I'm like, just freaking Zoom room everybody and get together. And then if you've got RSL, you just sell your stuff. Like, here's a link to my store.
That's what they're doing.
Just
there's been other ones that have been virtual conventions they're having, and that's what they're doing. They're linking the the vendors to their stores, and they're having specials, but then you have to pay shipping and everything. But you don't have to pay for your ticket because a lot of places they're just saying, okay, well, it's free to get in, which I don't know how they're paying for the guests and stuff, but that's what's going on. Yeah,
it's so weird though that everybody's like doing that now. And it's like, damn it, we did it years ago. We should do it again.
I feel like we're turning into though, like Wall-E. On the, everybody's on the ship and they're all on their screens and then there's chairs and they don't leave anymore. They don't go outside anymore. So we're going to just turn into that.
We're going to get fat with jazzies.
Fatter, if you're me.
Fatter with jazzies.
And you're just not going outside anymore. Yeah. And it's like, I do worry about that a bit.
Well, I think, I kind of wonder, the longer this goes on, the more comfortable people are not leaving their house. And let's face it, a lot of us weebs and geeks don't like to leave our houses very much as it is.
I'm not very such person. I mean, I how can I put this? I like people. I like to be around people. I'm very friendly with people. I know it's hard to believe the way I scream on here, but I am. I just can only do it for so long. I'm an introvert big time, so I can do it, but it wears me out quickly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also like empath tendencies, so I get overwhelmed.
You take other people's stuff and you personalize it.
I do. I don't mean to, but I can't help it. So I get overwhelmed.
Just tell him to go suck a peach.
He's the opposite of me. He's like completely fine for hours, and he's just like, I don't care. And I'm just like hiding along the wall, like behind him, like peeking around his shoulder, like hide me, because I'm trying to stay away from people because I just get overwhelmed.
It's kind of weird because you wouldn't think it listening to us online, but I think I'm more the extrovert.
By a long shot. I'm actually very shy.
I mean, I'm kind of like, I just kind of go in guns blazing.
Well,
yeah, you do. You do hide it well, but I just kind of go in guns blazing, like, okay, let's go talk to this person, that person, this person.
Where did Geeky go? Oh, she's hiding in the corner.
She's hiding in the corner.
I do. I will literally hide in the corner as much as along the wall.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to.
So this will be a good con for people who like to hide.
Yeah, that'd be me. It's a good con for me.
Just put a furry mask on.
I can't breathe.
Oh God, we got some weird people on that con. I just remembered we did the pony panel.
I don't remember. Oh yeah.
And we had a whole bunch of like Guy Fawkes mask people show up on that.
I remember we had the one thing, and you had an idea about something. I forget what it was, but you had this one idea, and this one person came in and was all upset about us doing things and saying they're jealous, and they took your idea and went and stole it. Remember?
Yeah, I vaguely remember. We had a lot of webcomics people.
And we're like,
there,
what's wrong with you?
We had a lot of webcomics people in there, and I have a soft spot for webcomics, but I also know...
I do too.
I also know that there's a lot of people in webcomics that are kind of the outcasts, I think, and...
Well, there's a lot of people in webcomics that I learned to are backsteady bitches, but that's a whole other story.
Anyway, Crunchyroll. Coming to HBO Max.
Yep.
The first thing they're leading with, I think, is very funny. It's Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brotherhood.
Dubbed with you-know-who.
Yeah. Oh, is it that version?
I'm assuming.
They didn't go and take him out, did they?
I don't think they took it out. I don't think they took him out.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, so they're leading with that. Even, look, who's front and center? I don't know.
I don't blame them. I lead with that one, too. That's a good one.
Well, it's a damn good show. It's popular.
It's a very popular show.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.